Hi. A very common way to get to Azure resources from an application is with the use of a service principal. So here I have this npm package, Azure Identity, that you can use from a node perspective to access Azure resources. So this package is about identifying your application. So the first thing that we need to do is obviously to create the service principal. This can be done. The establishment of the authentication process can be done with a tenant ID, client ID, and a client secret, or a certificate. So here's how it looks like. The first thing to do is to register your application. So here we have this WIP Hammurabi. So this is an application. So notice here we have the client ID and the tenant ID already. So this goes into these variables here. Okay. So the next thing to do is to go to certificates and secrets. So here you can either create a certificate or a client secret. So either of these option works as well. So with a service principal, you identify the application to Azure. The next thing that you can do is to add additional users for the application. So here I've added Chin.Vito as an application as a user of the application. So the next thing that we can do to kind of complete the loop from application to user to what the application can do on Azure is actually this. So here I am at the container called WIPHAM. So I've actually defined a role. I've actually added a role for WIPHAM member one. This is the service principal, the identity of the application. So I've actually allowed the application to do contribute to storage blob data. So this gives the application read, write, and delete access. So that's all there is. You have the application, you have users of the application, and you have resources that the application can access. So that's the whole concept around service principles for applications. If you want to know more about how to create a service principal, here I have actually done it already. Really, because I don't want to expose some of the existing data that's on my subscription. But it's actually pretty simple. You can follow this particular example guide to get to your service principal. Yeah, lastly, one thing to note is this managed identity. So this is the next thing to look at after service principal. So with managed identity, you can actually access resources without using service principal. The caveat is that the resource, the host for your code has to support managed identities as well. So more information is available here. But typically, the traditional way of accessing this, you can actually run this code with any kind of services, and not just services that supports managed identities, is actually with service principal. So, yep, that's it. Thank you.